everyone, it's Vanessa from Geranium Aromatics, natural products for spirit, soul, and body. And I'd like to say thank you for joining me on this video. The soap's name is called Sweet and Creamy Double Butter Body Soap. It's going to be a hot process soap, and it's going to be basically low temperature. So it is at a very thick tray, and I don't expect the soap to cook long, and the reason why is because I have a very high water discount. And I just realized that normally I use this particular pot for a test batch that is about, let's say the whole batch will be about 30 ounces of wet soap. This right here is going to be more like 40. So I'm expecting a little bit of a challenge here, because it really doesn't have enough space for volcano. I anticipate the soap volcanoing, can't pronounce it, that the volcano will happen quickly. And I'm trying not to get it to stick too much to the edges, but I do want to watch it. It's going to tear it right here, which is fine. This is good. And let's see if we get the bubbles start going. Okay. And as you can see, it's starting to volcano, but I don't have a lot of space, which was not smart of me because I was not thinking. And let's see if we can move that back down. And I've just turned my temperature off. I just turned ooh, nasty. I just turned the heat off. Let's see if I can get it to come back down. I did not calculate this correctly. Well, I forgot that I'm using a pot that's I would normally use for my sample batches. And I am using it for a batch about, it'll be 8 bars. And actually I'm using the Wholesale Supply Plus. I'm using their mold, I think it's called 1501. See how much more it'll cook. Here. Well, this is what happens. I forgot. Should have used a different size pot. Wasn't thinking. But it'll all work out. And I use the plastic wrap. I'm using the plastic wrap so I don't lose so much moisture. But I'm going to have to watch this closely. And it looks like we got a little bit of volcano going on there again. If you can see, it's slowly rising here. And I need to get my handy whisk ready. And let's take this off and whisk it back down again. Looks like we're getting to the mashed potato stage here, which is great. Which means we're coming to the end of our soap making here. Just a little bit longer to go. we should be good now. Yeah, it's kind of messy over here. Oops. Almost missed that. Trying to clean the table. Let me just finish up with this right here. She's doing her thing, and I'm glad. And we're getting pretty close to the Vaseline stage. So at this point here, folks, I am going to add my sodium lactate because this stuff is tough to work with. I'm adding some sodium lactate to help with the fluidity, to loosen it up a little bit. So loosen up some of the wet soap, and as you can see, it's coming along. This thing is hot. And the soap is really thick because I have such a high water discount. But even at that, now I am going to add in, so it looks a little weird, but what it is, it was frozen goat's milk soap. So I'm adding in my it was frozen goat's milk. So now I've been working on it so it could be, so I can defrost it. And also I will be adding in my my yogurt in a few minutes. Use a bigger stir, something bigger to stir with. And if you can see it, it's at the Vaseline stage, right? Nice and shiny. I think I have all the goat's milk in there pretty good. Next thing I am going to go in, I'm adding in my yogurt. So this would also give it more fluidity. And my yogurt was in the freezer. I freeze all my yogurt, especially if I can get it on sale. So what you're seeing is defrosted yogurt, or yogurt that's been sitting at room temperature for a bit. Wow, this is really pretty. And the soap is still quite warm. I'm stirring this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some saran wrap on it and let it sit for a minute or two, just so everything can get fully incorporated. And so while I'm letting that sit, I can get some of this out the way. I think we're good here now. So before I do this, so this is the mold I'm using, and it's from Wholesale Supplies Plus, or Crafter's Choice, and this is my mold. I'll make 8 bars of soap, and this is really more of a testing kind of thing, because I'm trying to figure out how difficult will it be for me to do this if I try to make 10, 12, 14, 15 pounds of it. 3 things, well, 2 things basically left to go. So this is finished. That's pretty. Now I'm going to add in that's my super fat. Let's do that real quick. We're adding in our super fat. Oops, I spilled. And I am notorious for spilling. Oops, darn. I see other soapers and they are so neat. I can never be that neat. I don't know how they do it. Okay, stirring in my super fat. Normally I put this in earlier. I forgot. It's all good. Now I'm putting in this is my geranium oil. Putting that in and stirring that up. Oh my God, it smells so good. I love the smell of geranium. A lot of people don't. They say, no, it smells too rosy. But I like the way geranium smells. I think I have that fully incorporated. Now I'm adding in my chocolate fragrance oil. And I think that between the two, it's going to make a really great smell. That's why we're calling it sweet and creamy. The soap, I know, is going to be really creamy. And I'm adding in that. Yes, I try to get every drop of oil out. So the combination between the geranium and the chocolate is absolutely scrumptious. I'm gonna pour and see how much this weighs. Now, if I can just try to, according to this, I have 41 ounces of soap, of wet soap, which is, so I've lost, let me see, according to my notes, I think I've lost at least 3 ounces of soap already. Can't tell whether I lost it from water or if I lost it because it fell. And as you may know, texturing a top of hot processed soap is so much different than texturing the top of cold processed soap. But they have their both of them have their own beauty. My next step here is that I'm going to put this inside my little wooden container. I'm going to put this in the freezer. It'll be in the freezer. I'm going to have it in there overnight. If I will show you the cut and the final product. Sorry about that. Comes out of the mold easily. And here goes my cut. Let's see what we get. Still kind of, still frozen, but it's moving. Holding it, because it is sliding. Ah, that's a great noise to hear. In the soap, I have geranium essential oil and a hot cocoa fragrance oil, and the combination together smells really good. And I'm thinking that's why I have like this swirly look because of the 2 different oils. I'm thinking I have to go back and read my label, but I'm pretty sure the hot cocoa had vanillin in it, which is neither bad or good depending on what you're trying to do. And since I'm not trying to make a pure white snow, the vanillin in the soap doesn't bother me at all. Actually, I'm wondering over the next couple of days, will it give its soap character or a different, not character, the soap has character. Will it give the soap an interesting swirl as the fragrance oil begins to, settle. And there's my other little end piece, which my end pieces, I have 2.